Y'all, we live so y'all can share it.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. My mic is good. Gail, give me a deck.
Testing 1, 2, 3. It's Akon, the illegal alien.
I try to say check and test at the same time. T dot.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
All right, we good. Let me open this and then I can start while I look to share.
Yo, so.
Oh shoot, let me unplug this voice. I gotta cut the phone down. Y'all see it, right? It live? It up? It good? Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. All right, welcome back to the Entrepreneur, the Entrepreneur Shift the Culture podcast. Woo. We are back and we are consistent. Thursdays at 4:30.
I would like to congratulate myself.
I would like to congratulate my damn self. Because boy, look here. This wasn't easy. You know, we've been coming in whenever, however.
Yes,
but now we got a set time and day. Wednesdays at 4:30. We appreciate you all for joining us consistently.
Thursdays, we know what you mean.
Yes, we greatly appreciate it. Gail Hanna.
Yes, sir.
Travis Miller.
Yo.
Gregory Corley II. And expecting more.
Mm-hmm.
Or the expectation of more. With the expectation of more.
Oh, and the expectation of more.
Yes. But I also want to explore.
I see that rhymes.
Where can be. Really?
I see what you did there.
Really? I didn't realize that.
More, explore.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Cool.
Hopefully we open some doors.
Yeah, so. I want to also explore how celebrating can be dangerous when you celebrate either too early, too much.
Too soon?
So it's, gauging when is a good time to celebrate, how you celebrate, all of that good stuff we can get into. So, personally, I'm not big on celebrations, to be honest. I enjoy the process and enjoy doing the work, so I just continue working. And maybe because I have high expectations all the time, I just stay laser focused on doing that. And so I kind of, skip past a lot of celebrations, whereas people would like to celebrate milestones. We got 1,000 likes on Facebook, 2,000 likes, like every milestone they like to celebrate. I don't celebrate any of those things. So personally, I'm not big on celebrations. I'm not saying that something's wrong with that. It's just that I think it's in my genetic makeup. I'm not big on celebrations. Of course, I enjoy it when they happen, but I just don't feel as though I've accomplished anything as yet. Maybe I don't feel as noteworthy as yet, and that may be noteworthy for some people. Some people may say, oh, that's good, you're doing this and that, but I don't see it as noteworthy that cause for like a big major celebration as yet.
Right.
So I guess celebration can also be determined by what your expectations are, and I guess what you see as milestones personally for yourself in whatever business that you're trying to grow. So, Gail, how do you feel about celebrations when it comes to setting milestones and celebrating them in your business?
That's a rough one because of how I kind of grew up. We don't really celebrate things in our family per se.
Okay.
I think we did birthdays and maybe Christmas because it's a religious thing. But in terms of general things to celebrate our accomplishments and stuff like that, like my dad, you bring home 4 A's and 1 B, he looking at the B. He ain't looking at the A's. He trying to figure out, what happened here? You know what I mean? Instead of, oh, well, you did good. You got a good report card. Let's celebrate. No, none of that. So there was this constant, and I think it may have affected us in terms of a society where we are always constantly being trained to reach higher than where we are now and not celebrate where we are now. There's always this focus on what's upcoming as opposed to, the here and now, celebrating what's in the moment.
In the present and being reflective of the past where you came from to now. There's always this anxiety of what happens next type of thing, or what's supposed to happen in the future.
Yeah, meeting that kind of imaginary goal of success or people's perception of success. And then also, I don't know, like achievements tend to diminish in value if you don't celebrate them. You know, that kind of way, like the perceived value of it diminishes because you don't celebrate it. So let's say, I don't know, let's say you graduated college, right? But you don't celebrate that. You don't take photos, you don't do anything. You still have the degree. It still happened. But how do you feel in terms of the celebration really is a break to say, I put in all this work, I achieved this thing.
I like you put it as the break, and that's like a key thing, as a break.
Yeah.
So like, even with that comes like connotation. Okay, this is only temporary, and you need to, like, I graduated college, could lead to, okay, now what's next?
Yeah.
Or it could lead to,
I graduated college.
Graduated college, so things should just work out A-okay or do fine. And that kind of, those two things are...
Or even worse, I graduated college for the next 20 years. And like, okay, what else did you do?
Yeah,
that kind of
so
way. Like, you celebrate that success for extended period of time. That could also be detrimental as well.
And I think that's something that I probably... I wouldn't say worry about, but it tends to be a concern for me. It's like, because I've seen it happen so many times that when people celebrate and they feel as though, okay, I reach, like it over, like things are just supposed to happen, and then a sense of entitlement comes in. So maybe that's partially why I'm not too big on celebrating, especially early. Because like, to me, like, okay, you graduate college, okay, now what? To me, that's the beginning. You know what I mean? A lot of people see that as the end because of, I guess, their journey was so rough, going through those 4, 6, however many years you in college or whatever. And they see that journey as such a struggle that when they finally get this piece of paper in their hand, it's like, yes, I did it. It's over. But that's the beginning. Like, you just starting out.
Well, the problem is, and this is what our show is all about, this whole concept of breaking past these life milestones that have been put in place for us to achieve, and not necessarily, achieving real success or achieving what we're supposed to be doing. So you find a lot of people, for them, especially for me, let's say academics was a main thing or source of value, right? So now you do high school, you do college, and then you have that feeling of what next, because you never explore what your purpose is. You never explore what it is that you might want to do. You never explore, how you feel about certain things or possible career paths. You honestly, I don't know about other people, my college career path, I think I changed my major 2 years into it.
You been to college?
Oh, here we go.
Wow.
2 years.
Been to college? Nice years.
I disagree because
we can go back to the episodes, man. We got archives.
2 years into it, I switched because I finally realized what I'm doing right now is not really
what
I'm supposed to be doing. But it's been an academic goal for my parents for so long.
Right.
And then after college, I was like, babe, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, I had no other goals.
Right.
No other...
So
nothing.
It's essentially, it's the same context. It's the same question with two different contexts. So, like, if you know what you're doing, are kind of very confident in what you want to do, what your career would be, there's a healthy what's next in terms of how do I grow this and develop this.
Even that it naturally comes, though.
Right. But even, so on the next side, the anxiety of what's next is like, if you're not following what you want to do or what it is, or you're following a plan or what somebody else says, that what next is almost automatic in a sense where you really don't have too much control with it, because, well, not in the sense of too much control, because you could always change it if you know that's the case and you want to get this level 1 test and then I have to get this level 2 test in the first place. That's a lot of anxiety to try to get back out of.
Well, I think that's the difference between what next scaring the shit out of you and what next exciting you.
Yeah.
So, like, if you say what next and you're terrified, you might not be on the right path per se. I'm not saying terrified like you're scared to do something, but you're terrified like you can't think of anything at all. Like there's nothing. Whereas if you may be on the right path, what next can be an exciting thing for you.
Yeah,
and it should be.
Yeah.
The next goal should be exciting for you.
Because now if it's exciting, I think also what comes with that is you realizing that And this kind of bleeds into the expectation of more as well, because if you're truly excited, like how you said, Greg, where people see a big milestone like graduation or something as the end, but like trying to go your own route and like being an entrepreneur is like it's the journey more than it is the end. I tried to say it differently because to make it sound less cliche, but if you're doing something that you enjoy, it should always be a constant challenge to always improve that, and it's going through that process of learning. So it's like, it isn't something like I'm doing this to get to this thing. I'm doing this and learning this, and then I could add this onto my belt so I could keep going.
That's what you mentioned, I think, last part, right? When you was talking Was that
Oh, I can't like a
moving out? I think, or let's say moving out or getting your own car, or
right.
you know, stuff like that.
The goals.
Right, and then the end goal is not, let's say, to have your own place.
Right, and it wasn't
The
like,
end
yes,
goal
I have my
is-
own place, my own thing. I
Right.
said, now I have my own place to think and do my next thing or whatever that next step is.
Right.
So that isn't the end.
Right.
It's in an interesting sense. You think in a couple years down the line, but you are using this as a tool to kind of help develop what you need to do for the next thing.
Right.
And that's looking at it at two different perspectives. My end goal isn't not to get a big ass house. My goal is to be, okay, how do I'm more than likely if
Have
it's
a
the ca-
space
like,
to create.
Right. If I'm blessed to have that opportunity to get a big ass house, I'm probably thinking about how I could use these spaces to do different things.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, be more efficient with that. I don't know.
Well,
Do you think-
that's the difference between checkpoints and the end goal. Because a checkpoint means, okay, I've gotten to this point, now it's on to the other point. You set another point, you just go in steps, as opposed to that being the be all end all. This is the end goal. Okay, this is what I want. So I think it's important to make sure you have them as checkpoints as opposed to the finish line. Because a lot of people, they just have that as the finish line. I get my apartment, okay, I can chill. And that's where the complacency sets in. And we got a lot of complacent people because they set finish line as opposed to checkpoints, and then they don't even set the finish line that far. You know what I mean? They're doing a 30-meter dash. They just set the finish line. Okay, I finished now. I good. You know what I mean? They're not in it for the long haul. They don't have the patience. They don't set like a long 800, 1500-meter race or whatever, or marathon actually. They don't set long goals. So they just set these. They say this is the finish line. I just want to get this thing. Once I can get this one done, I just need some 20s on this. I just need my apartment, and I straight.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, especially going into kind of the material things that we touch on, like house and cars, like let's flip to the other thing we want to talk about in terms of the expectation of more. So, like, you have people that, you know, like they might be in a job they like, or they may not be in a job that they like, all right? Or in any case, it's like, okay, you have these goals that you want for yourself, either move into your own place or get a car, right? Now, it's two different perspectives with that. It's like, how long do you go without saying, "Oh, I need a new car because this is the new thing," or I need to, I need a bigger place. Like,
Right.
Basically, what are you feeding in terms of fulfillment for yourself and your career, which lasts a long period of time, or for this next thing to keep up with the Joneses, or you feel like this might have the. I think in terms of the expectation for more is tied to a lot of material things, like
Yeah.
things
Right.
that I need to get or things that I need to
To
merit
impress
to do that,
other people.
To
Right,
impress other
exactly. And it goes back
Like
to
you
doing
say,
it for
yeah.
other people.
But
Right.
the car, you need something to get around in.
Right.
So whatever you choose for whatever reasons, like you say, now I have a car to get around. Oh, but now I need
Now I need
this
this
car.
car
Now I
because
need
of these,
this
potholes. I need a
features,
Jeep.
and now I need
It's like-
and then
Yeah.
now you're kind of racing against yourself, and where the real end goal is to get around,
Right.
is completely forgotten. So yeah, I understand what you meant by that. That was pretty cool.
Well, that's why the purpose is so important. Like the why. Why are you doing what you're doing?
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, it's just to have these things so that they can look a certain way for people.
Right.
So that's why the why is important, and I think that's what's going to keep you going.
I even think looking the way it looks to other people might even hinder some people celebrating their own success.
What you mean?
If you let's say you achieve some goal, right? But then you don't have the resources to put on the pomp and circumstance and show that is being promoted, I guess, out there through social media and everything. Whereas you feel like, I can't do it on this level, so I probably don't need to celebrate anything right now, or I don't have the means to celebrate on this level, so, it doesn't make sense for me to do it. I don't know. I've seen people before where they may not celebrate something or they may not do certain things. Like, let's have a group dinner at McDonald's, right? To celebrate something. Ain't nobody jumping up to say, "Oh, we gonna go celebrate. We going down there right now. We gonna celebrate Travis' thing today at dinner at McDonald's. All right,
Why not?
dinner on me." No, I'm just saying. that might
Yeah.
affect some people where
But this
they
is what
saying,
But this is what I want to ask. What is considered to be a celebration?
exactly.
Yes, that's it depends on you primarily.
That's what I'm saying.
and your goals as well. Like a celebration.
is a glass of wine. Woo!
That could be as simple as
That
that.
could be
you know
as
what I
simple as
mean?
that, or a celebration to someone else. Might be like, oh, I need to have this big party so people can be aware of my greatness and this big milestone that I have
Yes.
achieved. But it ain't always. I mean, like, okay, I get it. Like, you had that thing, and then I guess you got your point across. But what happens after the party is done? What happens where it isn't a party where you just, like, some people need a party and some people just need positive reinforcement to know, like, this is the right thing that you're doing or this is the right thing that goes thing. And those two things, when it comes to celebration, it really all depends on you. Like, what you count as a win, what you're okay with being a win. Because again, it could be two things. Are you self-confident in your win internally, or you feel like you have to validate it for more
With
people on
other
the
people.
outside?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
Well,
let me just read
celebrations.
a couple
You
of
got comments?
Yeah. Alan Bogino Wallace says,
Hi,
he says he
Alan.
loves McDonald's.
Woo!
And then Rhea says, wine always works.
Yes,
And then
Rhea.
Chrissy with a drop, she says she loves Wendy's. That's because they sponsor you. We know that.
Oh no.
But anyhow, so celebrations.
It could be any small thing. Sometimes you know what I like to celebrate?
What's
Getting
that?
out of bed.
Dope.
I love to celebrate that.
That's a win.
How do you celebrate getting out of
You
bed?
wake.
I have little
You just wake- you just
cheerleaders
like,
inside me.
Yeah.
Like, oh girl, you got up today. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Woo! Every
I mean,
single day.
and that goes in kind of like routines as well. Like, say
Yeah.
that's something that's positive feedback you could do for yourself. That doesn't need like only you need that.
yeah,
in
and
order
it's not
to
anything big or whatever,
Yeah, it's just
but
like, yeah.
internal.
Like,
for y'all-
probably a
Good job.
celebration. A celebration for me is a night off.
A night off.
A night off.
Just
from-
relaxing.
Just not thinking.
Uh-huh.
Just no nothing on the calendar. Anything like I've caught up with everything that
Yeah.
needs to be done.
You get some
All
me
that-
time.
Yeah, you have some me time, and that's
Gotta
and that's
look at-
more important than
I got to look
than
at
a lot of
those.
different things for me. If I could just celebrate, I mean, again, it may not be someone's definition of a celebration.
Yeah.
Someone's definition of celebration. Oh, this thing happened. Let's go out and drink and stuff like that. I mean, that's cool. I don't have anything against it in terms of I want to save money or I just don't want to do this. It's just that if I could just disconnect,
Just relax. Yeah.
that's a huge win for
Yeah.
me.
I think I do that when I take trips as well. That's a good celebration. Like I think I can take 2 this year.
2
And
trips.
they close. Yeah, I can
Two
take 2.
trips.
Yeah, 2 trips. But if you guys want to contribute, we want to thank you for tuning in. We have you can call in 804-5219. That's 804-5219. Call us, let us know what you do to celebrate your victory is. Whether you throw a big bashman party or whether you do go to McDonald's or have a glass of wine. Let us know how you feel about celebrating your victories or your
We need to talk
checkpoints
about
or
the
milestones.
disease of more.
Yeah.
But I also want to, before this reminds me of, there's an episode of Shark Tank. And I don't remember the dude or the business, but I remember Barbara invested in him. And he decided he was going to have a big Bashman Puff Daddy party.
What?
Just, I telling you,
money.
big
With
Bashman
the money?
party
Not with
just
the
to
money.
celebrate the milestone.
be with the money.
I'm telling you, well, he ain't had no money before that.
Oh no.
So he celebrate just getting the deal on Shark Tank. And
That was
as
it.
you would imagine, and the money celebrating just that victory because
Right.
he's a
What?
partier. He's a
What?
person who big on celebrating. When he celebrate, he got to do it big. He got to do it wild. He got to do it crazy.
And again, it's in terms of what people think is worthy of a celebration. A couple months we did it for like Founders in a Flick. It was called Startup Land. But there was one woman in the documentary. I can't remember her name right now, but she hit on a point where like sales is the only really secure thing. Like as a company, you're supposed to raise funds, and that's an obligation to your investors or your stakeholders. So like that dude who probably talking about, he didn't see that as, oh, that's okay. This is
The
we can't
beginning.
celebrate this. This is just a part of it.
Yeah.
Versus, oh, I made it and all that stuff and
Yeah.
celebrating that, and that cost him.
Yeah.
And that's how
Big time.
And those things are just two different perspectives.
yeah,
Two different perspectives.
big time. So Alan Axon, so he had any money left after the party? No, sir. As far as I can recall, that was a match. That one, the name over that was
Wow.
finished. Company down the drain.
That's insane.
Down the drain. So he celebrate too early, celebrate too big. He could have did something small to, acknowledge, the milestone of getting the funds and, the partnership with Barbara and
Or did
moving
he
forward.
need,
But he decided he made it and that was it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So you said what you wanted to talk about again, Gail? You
The
said,
disease of more.
okay, what is that?
The idea that we create the next level in our heads where it may or may not exist, but it's always that chasing that rabbit, you know what I mean? Like, it's always that next thing, I got to reach the next and the next and the next, and not really stopping to appreciate in the moment what you have accomplished so far and what it is that you're doing. So, I don't know if you know anybody who is caught up on the next.
I can be to a degree.
Yeah, I'm guilty of it.
Yeah, I can be to a degree.
Most of sometimes, I don't know. I can't even know. But
right, but I don't think.
But what is it rooted in? Again, like what is
that's
the
the thing, and that's what I was going to say. Like, I don't think it's necessarily bad with me because I enjoy the process so much. That's a celebration within itself for me. Just doing the work and just knowing that I am getting closer and closer to what I envision the bigger accomplishment to be. Like that's good for me.
You're also doing that. But like again, it's the rabbit, the stick, the rabbit, and the, whatever who's chasing the stick. But like the carrot on the stick. Whereas like you hit those things, but then you keep moving the target too.
So it's like you should move the target.
Yeah. I mean, again, but most people move that target sometimes in the right direction, sometimes not so in the right direction. And like to explain that is like, okay, you do this thing, you want more of this. Like you feel like you gotta have something else to do it, right? Now, is that thing that you're moving in the direction that you want to go, i.e., is that tied to what you truly want to do, or is that carrot for someone else or for some other thing that you're trying to achieve, not necessary for you or that may make you happy? Because you could chase this carrot in that direction the whole time, but then you end up at the end of it, and it's like you're not happy with.
But that's what I said. I enjoy the process, and that goes back to why you're doing it and the purpose. You know what I mean? Because if you're doing it for the right reasons, then you're going to be chasing it in the right direction. You're going to be setting targets in the right direction. And even if it doesn't work out exactly the way you want it to, or you get the carrot and realize it ain't as sweet as you thought it was, it's not going to be devastating because you're doing it for the right reason. You enjoying it along the way. You enjoying the chase itself as opposed to enjoying this juicy carrot in front of you. You enjoy chasing this carrot. You know what I mean? You love the hunt. So I think it's a difference. Let
me read the excerpt from the article, The Disease of More. That's from markmanson.net if you want to check it out. There's a famous concept in sports known as the disease of more. It was originally coined by Pat Riley, a Hall of Fame coach who has led 6 teams to NBA championships and won one as a player himself. Riley said that the disease of more explains why teams who win championships are often ultimately dethroned, not by other better teams, but by forces from within the organization itself. The players, like most people, want more. At first, that more was winning the championship, but once players have that championship, it's no longer enough. The more becomes other things: more money, more TV commercials, more endorsements and accolades, more playing time, more plays called for them, more media attention, etc. As a result, what was once a cohesive group of hard-working men begins to fray. Egos get involved, Gatorade bottles thrown, and the psychological composition of the team changes. What was once a perfect chemistry of bodies and minds becomes a toxic, atomized mess. That word. Players feel entitled to ignore the small, unsexy tasks that actually win championships, believing they've earned the right to not do it anymore. And as a result, what was the most talented team ends up failing. So it's that more isn't always better.
But again,
as opposed to those little small, like you said, we neglect the smaller things that actually led to that initial success, which is doing the work, which is putting in those hours, which is whatever you as an entrepreneur or entrepreneur have done, on this journey. And losing sight of those can cause your downfall.
Right, and that's the point. I think that's the remedy is in there as well, in terms of not losing the sight of more. Like when we ended the show in terms of the last episode where we talked about the Miyagi theory, is like you don't get the point of painting a fence.
Right.
You don't get the point of polishing a car. But if you realize it and once you and enjoy those mundane tasks, like which is actually you do the work and you enjoy those little things versus feeling like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do this thing because this validates me. Like the person who whose mindset probably switched from that being unpleasurable probably lost his way a long time ago and is shooting 1,000 baskets every day that is truly the thing that gets you what you want and satisfies yourself at the same time.
And like I said, that hearing you read that, it goes back to the same thing. It's like the purpose. What was the purpose? Because the first championship, I'm sure their goal was, we want to win this championship.
Right.
We want to do whatever it takes. We can put in the extra practice. We can
Right.
take up the extra shots. I don't like you, but we can get along because we want to win this championship. So when they get that championship, you see, they set a finish line. A lot of people set finish lines. And so once they got there, it's like, man, the race over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now it's on to other things. But the greatest players, like you got people like Jordan, Kobe, these guys, their goal is to be the greatest ever. They want to win every
It's
time.
it's
They-
not this
they
year.
running a marathon.
Right. It's not this season. It's
Right. They,
of all time.
they don't set finish lines.
Yeah.
They set checkpoints.
Right.
So that first championship they get, okay, bam, this is checkpoint.
Checkpoint.
I need another one.
Yeah.
Do it again. So it's all about why you doing it. Your purpose is a difference.
Point in case again. I'll tie it back to the basketball thing. So, you have to ask yourself a question too. Would my achievements from doing this thing compromise me enjoying the actual process of it? I think if you could ask yourself that question, and stay asking yourself that question, you could kind of have a barometer how far you need to go in terms of a cure for the disease of more. Do I need more if it won't enhance where I'm currently at right now in the sense of enjoying it and being full? Like, okay, you could get to the point where you grow your business from doing 10 orders to 100,000 orders. But yes, 100,000 orders might be great right now, but does that compromise what you came here to do in the first place for
Right.
those 10 orders?
Yeah.
If those if those
And your
two-
happiness and sanity.
Right.
Yes, yes.
if those answers are no and that doesn't align with that, then maybe that's not the direction you need to go.
Yes.
But at the same token, you gotta and be smart with asking that question in terms of growth or what the next step is. Can I still do what I came into this game to do and enjoy this? No fray? If the answer is yes, that's probably a good question to go. And tying back to basketball, again, in terms of enjoying the process. So, and I might be talking a little bit out of context of it, but there was some things where basketball players, like in terms of training, they bike to the stadium or bike to and from home versus just going there in the car. They got to the point where they could probably afford a driver or doing something like that, but they enjoy whatever that process is of getting to the from and doing it on the bike because they know it builds something or a tool that they could use in order to get better down
To
the
play
line and
better.
down that line.
Yeah.
And those are two different perspectives again.
Makes sense.
Well, Ria says, yes, Gail, spot on. Was listening to Greg talk about enjoying the process, and I remember when I used to enjoy it, then it became a different monster. Started to lose sight. Thankfully caught myself and stepped back to what was really important and the why. What is the why, Ria? Please, somebody call us, Ria, or you could comment. Let us know what was the why that you lost sight of that was making it not as fun when you were seemingly enjoying the process. Let us know because I'm interested to know what the why was or still is to this day. I'm interested to know. So you can call us 804-5219. We don't have much time left. Jeez, we got about 3 minutes. So if you want to call, 804-5219. Go ahead, Gail.
So this is related to what you said, but it actually mentions it here, right? Number 1, on a scale from 1 to 10, how happy are you in this moment? And number 2, what is going on in your life to cause these feelings?
Right. Someone else asked that question. It's like it was related to what was that thing? I remember that article, but basically it's related to.
He said everybody
says 7.
Yes, everybody put a 7.
And like when they kind of go as an outlier from that or below that, is like let's say they get a big thing that causes them to be a 9, but they always come back down to 7.
Yeah.
Or
It's
like,
never
it jumps
10.
Yeah, it's never 10. And people always try to think, or people are in pursuit of that 10 versus being okay with 7 if you are happy right now. If you had a 7, now it may sound like settling, but again, a big component of that is that is your 7 not somebody else's 10? Like, and it has empathy. Like I watched something else before, and they put a quote from it. It was an anime. So yeah, you get nerdy at this point. But basically, the premise of it, the basic premise of it was there was a quote from it that said, "Don't you think that your blessing may be someone else's curse or make someone else
Sick?
like like unhappy. So I think the premise of it was the whole premise of it. There was this character who was able to manipulate time.
Okay.
So she could go back in time if something didn't go the right way. But as she was learning, is that her gift, a lot of other things got affected because she didn't do this. Something else got affected.
Yes.
Right. And I put that into the thing is that if you are having, like, take a minute to empathize with people around you, like things that people may have worse off than you, and ask yourself, are you complaining when this could be a blessing for some, like compared to someone else? Are you missing the win that is now? And if you are, then just switch that out.
Put on your headphones. We got a call.
If you are having, like, take a and ask yourself, are you?
What do you hang up? Call back, please. That was a person from Grand Bahama. If you wanna, please call back. We were so
excited.
Yeah, we were caught up in Travis's powerful words just now that we, let the phone ring a little bit too much. But please call us back. We'd like to hear what you have to say on this topic. And we ain't got much time, so you need to do it right away because we about to wrap up. But yes, those are powerful points. But I think I just like minimal celebrations, small things. Okay, they call him back. Let's see here. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
This is Rhea. How you doing?
Hey, Rhea, what you saying?
But I can keep this real quick because I'm sitting in the office waiting on some meeting.
Yeah, you sound like you're trying to be discreet, like you ain't want nobody to catch you.
No, I don't mind. It ain't that. I just know I'm about to go into a meeting.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
be quick. I hear y'all keep saying y'all don't have enough time.
Go ahead.
But this is probably going to be, I don't know if this can be surprising to people, but this can be realer than I usually would put out there.
Would
right?
be like real.
But I don't. Yeah, and also it's important, I think, just for other people to really pay attention to what they actually feeling. You asked about my why. I used to say that my why was I wanted to make a difference, and I wanted to impact my community and obviously the world in a certain way. But what I realized was the why wasn't so much making the impact, but to be known for making the impact. And there's a huge difference, making an impact and being known.
Yeah, people get that mixed up. It's not necessarily the same thing.
And so you chase that attention.
Yeah, because you could make impact and nobody hears a word about it, right? And you got to be. I mean, that should be the goal. I mean, like,
and that's what I think I'm interested in. Like, I don't, and we spoke about it before. Like, I don't really want the recognition or be out front, but you want to still have an impact on people's lives.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I know just what you mean.
And so I really have to examine myself, man. I have to, like, really, really say, wait a minute. Am I doing this for the attention, or am I really trying to make an impact? And I had to be honest. And I didn't, you don't want to admit that you're looking for attention, right? Because that's supposed to be a negative thing anyway. But that's the realization that I came to. So my why it's the same, but it's shifted. In that I do want to make an impact, but it's not about the attention anymore. And so that's why I step back. I don't approach things the way I used to approach them in life and in business because of that. But a lot of people out here, and they're telling you their why and the purpose and whatever, but a lot of that
not everybody's genuine.
It's not necessarily that it's genuine. I think things that we're genuine, right? Because I thought I was being genuine for a long time. Because a lot of the
you weren't aware of it.
Yeah, a lot of times we're trained to do things in a certain way, and we feel like, okay, if you're going after your purpose, you have to be loud and proud and let everybody know and this, that, and that. So a lot of times we're just trained to believe this is how it works, and so you don't realize that actually you're just looking for attention at the end of the day, and not so much to make an impact. Like Greg said, you can do it without people knowing.
Nice.
But a lot of us, we're not taught that. And so, certainly in my case, not being taught it, as well as you get caught up because you start to get this attention and you start to feed
it. Yep.
And there's ego and all these other things involved. So, it takes some honesty, if it's up for me, to finally come to that realization.
Awesome. Good stuff. Well, Ray, you were actually the first caller ever on the Entrepreneur Shift the Culture podcast. So let's give Ray a round of applause. Our first call ever.
We celebrate
you.
muted.
Yes. So we
I
are
didn't know
celebrating.
that.
This is a
Celebrating
milestone.
myself.
This is a milestone that we will celebrate with a round of applause. Sorry, we can't offer you no wine, but when we
Or
see
yachts
you,
and boats.
No, I like wine.
Yeah.
when we see you, we might have to, offer you a little something to sip
cookies.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we
Well, God,
appreciate it.
keep up, man.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Great
Ray.
job.
Appreciate it.
Great job.
Thank you so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
That was great. Great.
All right.
content.
Awesome. So on that note,
Yes.
we're going to wrap this episode up. Thank you guys, as always, for being here. Travis, Gail, thank you for tuning in. All of you guys that are listening. Alan Bajino, Kayla, I see Kayla Arden.
Shout out to Anita.
Yes.
Shout out everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out
I call
everybody
you a
that's
full
tuned in.
government
All
name
core
speaker.
fans. Thank you
Yes.
very much.
Thank you for
Shout out
sticking
to
with us every
Rashad,
week.
a trap mogul.
And we ask that you please share the video. We ain't asking for no money. Well, at least I ain't asking
Not
for
yet.
I ain't know about Gail them. But
Brackets, not
I ain't
yet.
asking for no money
Ask
yet.
for
But
the
all we ask is for
Future
you
shameless
to
plug.
hit one button. You know y'all to share all the ratchet videos when they come on your timeline. So just hit that share button. You could give
Spread
somebody some
positivity,
value.
man.
Yeah, let's spread some positivity for a change. And you could add value to somebody if you feel like it's some good information. You could pass it on. You could share it. That could be a good deed for the week.
Yeah.
So please share it. And once again, thank you for tuning in. And again, we'll be here same time next week, next Thursday, 4:30. Every Thursday at 4:30, we'll be here with another topic. So thank you for tuning
Man.
Just kidding. Make it just
Laters.
in. Yes, thank you, people.
It's the after show.
It's the after show.
Oh yeah.
It's the after show.
Another good topic.
Yeah.